Last time on I Can See the Success Rate, our favorite moneymaker Bai Wu found Old Man Che's residence and is preparing to sell the priceless Tang Sen Kai artifact. Will his overpowered gift of perceiving probability be enough to seal the deal? Find out in today's recap. Bai Wu strode into the room, determined to meet Old Man Che, but the lady at the front desk put up a "Do Not Disturb" sign on his dreams. Undeterred, Bai Wu pulled out his secret weapon, the mention of Tang Sen Kai. Suddenly, the lady's face lit up like a Christmas tree as she hurriedly relayed the message to Old Man Che. Victory was in sight. But wait, a wild Xiao Xiao appeared. She knew exactly who Bai Wu was, and was ready to give him a taste of his own medicine. However, just as the tension reached its peak, the system intervened, warning Bai Wu that any physical altercation would result in a whopping 100 injuries. Phew, that was close. Bai Wu managed to dodge Xiao Xiao's advances, leaving her fuming and clutching a vase with vengeful intent. Just when things seemed like they were about to shatter, Old Man Che swooped in like a superhero in a dapper suit, scolding Xiao Xiao for causing yet another commotion. He swiftly sent her home to reflect on her misdeeds, saving the day once again. As Xiao Xiao left, she couldn't resist one final threat, but Bai Wu brushed it off, thinking he had seen the last of her. With Xiao Xiao out of the picture, Bai Wu seized the opportunity to warn Old Man Che about her cunning ways. He explained that she may not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but she had a knack for causing trouble. As Bai Wu peered into Old Man Che's pensive expression, he realized that the system's analysis could only go so far. It couldn't read minds. Yet, more updates were needed for that feature. Intrigued by their newfound camaraderie, Old Man Che invited Bai Wu for a delightful tea session. The tea room was like something out of a fairy tale. Serene, elegant, and filled with the aroma of adventure. No time to waste, Bai Wu dove straight into the heart of the matter, asking Old Man Che if he had brought along a treasure. And there it was, the sword. Old Man Che's eyes sparkled with recognition as he identified it as the legendary treasure of the Eastern Han Dynasty. But Bai Wu wasn't about to present Old Man Che with some run-of-the-mill trinket. Oh no, only the best for this treasure hunter extraordinaire. She revealed that the sword once belonged to the legendary Liu Bi Chen. Old Man Che's eyes widened with excitement, mentioning that similar swords had fetched around 5 million in auctions. That's when Bai Wu dropped the bombshell. Since it belonged to Liu Bi Chen, the price could easily skyrocket tenfold. However, Bai Wu had a different motive. She believed that this exquisite sword was meant for Old Man Che, a testament to the younger generation's admiration for him. While she suggested the sword could fetch a handsome price from a foreign buyer, Bai Wu made it clear that her heart was set on Old Man Che owning this treasure. No inflated prices, just pure appreciation. Yet as Bai Wu observed Old Man Che's reaction, a pang of uncertainty crept in. Was he dissatisfied with the sword? Or worse, dissatisfied with her? While the satisfaction rate for the sword was a solid 100, the satisfaction rate for Bai Wu herself plummeted to a mere 10. But our intrepid Bai Wu wasn't one to back down easily. She recognized that Old Man Che valued personal connections and skills over material possessions. Perhaps this rejection was more of a challenge, a test to prove herself worthy. With a heavy heart, Bai Wu made up her mind to leave, but not before reminding Old Man Che of his earlier words. Those swords used by Liu Bi would be worth a staggering 50 million. The million-dollar question hung in the air. Was he certain that this sword was indeed Liu Bei's? Bai Wu nodded, a twinkle in her eyes, and divulged her secret, divination calculation. She assured Old Man Che that she possessed not only knowledge of antiques, but also a myriad of other mystical skills. Little did she know that Xiao Xiao, ever the eavesdropper, was lurking outside the window, desperate to catch every word. Before we continue, take a moment to answer the question of the day. What's the most overrated manhwa? Comment down below for a chance to be shouted out. Now, back to the recap. Bai Wu is determined to enlist Xiao Xiao's help in taking down her grandfather. Behind a discreet window, Xiao Xiao attempts to eavesdrop on her grandfather's secretive conversation. Just as she does, her grandfather mysteriously sets off to sea, confirming Xiao Xiao's suspicions. But wait, Bai Wu, ever the resourceful one, uses his extraordinary system to pinpoint Xiao Xiao's exact location. With a mischievous chuckle, Bai Wu teases Xiao Xiao before she hastily runs away, leaving her longing to hear what her grandfather would say next. Now, Bai Wu turns to Xiao Xiao, eager to prove himself and gain her trust. Unfortunately, Xiao Xiao remains skeptical, believing that Bai Wu simply made an educated guess based on the sounds outside. Undeterred, Bai Wu acknowledges the difficulty of convincing Old Man Che, realizing that time is running out for their future collaboration. Determined to sway Old Man Che's doubts, Bai Wu seeks guidance on the likelihood of success. Much to his delight, the odds are in his favor. Inspired by this revelation, Bai Wu conjures up a brilliant plan involving the intricate details of the antiques in the room, a plan with a 100% chance of success. With his confidence soaring, Bai Wu puts his plan into motion and confidently informs Old Man Che that there are precisely 26 antiques in the room, all visible and requiring no guesswork. But wait, there's more. Bai Wu asks Old Man Che to lend him his ears as he activates his trusty system to examine each antique meticulously. With gusto, Bai Wu begins his showcase, starting with a set of sandalwood utensils worth a staggering 20 million. Though he's spot on, Old Man Che remains unconvinced. Undeterred, Bai Wu moves on to the Black Jade platform from the Ming Dynasty Revolution, valued at a cool 6 million. To Old Man Che's astonishment, Bai Wu reveals the incredible history behind the Black Jade Stone, including its use by Zhang Jizhen, the Old Man chief cabinet assistant of both the Wanli and Ming dynasties. This revelation leaves Old Man Che questioning how Bai Wu acquired such exclusive information, considering it took them 2 whole years of consultation and meticulous research. Bai Wu reassures him that everything has been meticulously worked out, but with a sly grin, he adds that he's not done yet. Bai Wu invites Old Man Che to take a seat and promises an enthralling journey as he delves into the origins of the other objects in the room. From a toilet brush holder from the 4th study of the Jaya King Emperor of the Qing Dynasty to a toilet brush from the Republic of Old Man China, Bai Wu leaves no stone unturned. He masterfully unveils fascinating tidbits about a bronze jug, white porcelain with delicate blue accents, and so much more. Time flies as Bai Wu unveils the captivating history behind all 26 antiques. With an air of triumph, Bai Wu concludes by revealing the provenance of each object, leaving Old Man Che awestruck. He turns to Old Man Che once again, his voice tinged with playful confidence, asking if he still dares to doubt his skills. Old Man Che, finally won over, confesses that he already believed in Bai Wu, but seeing it with his own eyes is what truly convinced him. Bai Wu reminds him of their previous conversation where they discussed the sword once wielded, pointing out that Bai Wu hasn't provided concrete evidence to support his claim about the sword's origin, making it a mysterious and risky assertion. Although Xiao Xiao is starting to believe Bai Wu, she still finds herself opposing him. Bai Wu ponders the reason behind her resistance, wondering if Old Man Che has a hidden agenda, or perhaps seeks Bai Wu's assistance in some way. And lo and behold, the likelihood is a resounding 100%. It becomes evident that Old Man Che yearns for Bai Wu's expertise in authenticating a particular item. Stepping forward with an air of confidence, Bai Wu assures him that identifying the item will be a breeze, further showcasing his extraordinary powers. Old Man Che, impressed by Bai Wu's discovery, can no longer hide his emotions. He decides to be straightforward and seek Bai Wu's help in verifying the authenticity of an antique that has been bothering him lately. Bai Wu sees this as a chance to grow closer to Old Man Che, so he eagerly agrees, promising to give his best assistance. Together, they venture into a grand basement where precious treasures are stored and cared for. Old Man Che explains that he acquired a remarkable blue and white 9-dragon jar some time ago. It's a testament to Old Man Che's esteemed position in the world of antiques, unlike his rival Wang, who often engages in petty quarrels. As Old Man Che unlocks the basement vault, he confesses that he has always felt a strange emptiness about the jar, leading him to doubt its authenticity. Until this uncertainty is resolved, he refuses to finalize the deal. In a generous gesture, Old Man Che offers to reward Bai Wu with a whopping 10 million, regardless of the outcome if he can determine whether the jar is genuine or not. Bai Wu, known for his ambitious nature, is not swayed by the promise of money alone. Even the system recognizes this fact. Bai Wu's thirst for success goes beyond mere financial gain. As they make their way deeper into the basement, they finally arrive at the object of interest. Bai Wu is taken aback by the jar's extraordinary appearance. It's undoubtedly the fabled 9-dragon jar, valued at a staggering 1.3 billion. Impressed by its worth, Bai Wu assures Old Man Che of his dedication to the task at hand. However, he decides to first observe the jar closely. To Bai Wu's surprise, the system is nowhere to be found. He realizes that the system is only responsible for analyzing its own questions. so he directly asks the system whether the jar is authentic or a complete fake. To prove its answer, the system meticulously analyzes the jar. However, as the value of the jar is a jaw-dropping 1.3 billion, Bai Wu hesitates. Even though the system confirms it's a fake with a mere 4% probability, what if the evidence gets destroyed during the process? The stakes are high, and if Bai Wu fails to prove the jar is fake, it could spell disaster. Understanding the risks, Bai Wu contemplates the slim chances of an average person identifying the jar as a fake. It's nearly impossible even for someone as knowledgeable as Old Man Chui. The stakes become even riskier. Breaking the jar could seal Bai Wu's own downfall. Yet without exposing his tricks, Bai Wu won't convince Old Man Che. It's a delicate balance between risking it all and losing the opportunity to prove himself. Undeterred by the consequences, Bai Wu musters the courage to unveil the truth to Old Man Che. The moment arrives and Bai Wu declares that the jar is indeed a counterfeit. Old Man Che, curious and skeptical, demands evidence to support Bai Wu's claim. Bai Wu points out that the evidence is hidden at the bottom of the jar. As Old Man Che examines the bottom, he sees nothing amiss. Little does he know that the evidence lies within the very depths of the jar. Suddenly, a realization dawns upon Old Man Che. He understands Bai Wu's plan to break the jar. Reluctantly, he comprehends that only this drastic measure can definitively prove the jar's fake nature. Bai Wu pondered the situation carefully, his mind racing with possibilities. The deal hung in the balance, and the fate of the base teetered outside Old Man Che's control. Summoning his accomplice, Old Man Che, Bai Wu instructed him to contact the owner directly. Face-to-face confrontation was the name of the game. Moments later, like a gust of wind, Mr. Zhang appeared, curiosity etched on his face. He questioned Old Man Che about the call, unknowingly stepping into the spider's web Bai Wu had spun. Without skipping a beat, Bai Wu dropped the bombshell. The coveted vase was nothing more than an imitation, a fake. Zhang's face contorted in surprise as he tried to defend himself, spouting off about experts and authentications. But Bai Wu wasn't buying it. He challenged Zhang to examine the vase himself, to uncover the flaws hiding beneath its deceiving exterior. Bai Wu knew he was playing a risky game. Zhang was a mastermind when it came to deception, and the sophistication of this particular fraud intrigued him. With a twinkle in his eye, Bai Wu proposed a daring move, breaking the vase on the spot. Zhang hesitated, contemplating canceling the deal, and that only further fueled Bai Wu's conviction. It was clear to him that Zhang was no stranger to shady dealings, his aggressive behavior a telltale sign. Throwing caution to the wind, Bai Wu seized the moment. With a mighty crash, the vase shattered into 1,000 pieces, leaving Zhang dumbfounded and speechless. Panic filled the air as Zhang berated Old Man Che for not stopping Bai Wu's audacious act. But Old Man Che knew the truth. He understood Bai Wu's determination to uncover the secrets hidden within. For Bai Wu, the monetary aspect was secondary. What mattered most was the bond he shared with Old Man Che, a friendship forged through trust and loyalty. And Old Man Che made it crystal clear that if Bai Wu could prove there was an issue with the base, they would confront Zhang privately. Amidst the wreckage, Bai Wu sifted through the debris, his eyes scanning for that crucial flaw. Suddenly the system beeped, signaling the presence of the flaw. It was time for a decision. Should he risk it all and use a hammer to strike the flaw directly? The system warned of a 58% chance of destroying it, an all-or-nothing move. Alternatively, there was a 13% chance of success, but it would mean obliterating the vase completely. Bai Wu struck the remaining pieces with determination. And then, something unexpected happened. The flaw shattered. For a moment, fear gripped Bai Wu's heart. Had he gone too far? Had he obliterated the evidence? But amidst the debris, a small piece caught his eye, a glimmer of hope in the chaos. It was a QR code. A spark of excitement ignited within him, and he knew they were one step closer to cracking the case. The interrogation of Zhang had to wait. He had vanished from the scene like a phantom. But Bai Wu wasn't disheartened. He had survived the exhilarating ordeal and uncovered a crucial clue. The broken knife wielded by Wang also bore a QR code. It seemed these objects came from the same mysterious source, weaving a web of intrigue and adventure. Bai Wu couldn't help but feel grateful for the opportunity. Old Man Che, recognizing Bai Wu's efforts, rewarded him with a business letter, a token of appreciation. In that moment, Bai Wu realized he had gained more than just monetary rewards. He had gained a family. Old Man Che vowed to be there for him through thick and thin. It was an honor Bai Wu cherished, to earn the trust and recognition of such a prominent figure. With the mystery of the overpriced fake base unraveled, Bai Wu's next adventure awaited. He would assist Wong in his business ventures, a culmination of his triumphant endeavors. With a buddy like Mr. Old Man Che by his side, Bai Wu decides it's high time to come to Wong's rescue. And why not? After all, Wong promised to share his 10 million from selling those two swords. So, armed with determination and a plan, Bai Wu sets out on his daring mission. Little does he know, trouble is already brewing. Bai Wu's sharp instincts kick in as he spots some shady characters kidnapping Wong. But he's not one to sit idly by. Oh no, he's got a chase to embark upon. With adrenaline pumping through his veins, Bai Wu races after the kidnappers, determined to catch up with them. After a thrilling pursuit, Bai Wu finds himself at a mysterious location. He ponders the odds of the kidnappers demanding a ransom, but alas, the chances are slim. In a stroke of misfortune, his hopes of calling the police are dashed when he discovers that a whopping 95% of the signal is blocked. Talk about bad luck. But our fearless hero doesn't give up easily. Despite the signal setback, Bai Wu calculates the probability of rescuing Wong. It's a solid 37%, and that's enough for him to soldier on. Thankfully, the system he's been using starts spitting out some valuable intel. It reveals that in approximately 6 seconds, a guard will appear at the door and turn around for a brief 4 seconds. That's Bai Wu's golden window of opportunity to slip by undetected. Once past the guard, he relies on his special abilities to locate Wong, as the system directs him to turn right in 30 meters. With the guard leaving after 8 seconds, Bai Wu has a precious 13-second window to make his move. Meanwhile, the kidnappers take a moment to chat amongst themselves, revealing their motives for snatching Wong. It turns out he had the legendary 7-star sword and had the audacity to dig into their affairs. They're out to teach him a lesson, all right. Poor Wong ends up bound and beaten, awaiting his uncertain fate. Just when things seem dire, Bai Wu bursts onto the scene like a whirlwind of heroism. He pleads with Wong to remain silent as he quickly works to free him. Wong can't help but wonder how Bai Wu knew to find him there. Ever the savior, Bai Wu simply states that he's there to save the day. Curiosity piqued, Bai Wu inquires about the identity of the person behind the kidnappers, but Wong draws a blank. Realizing the gravity of their situation, Bai Wu insists they make a swift escape. However, Wong surprises him by rejecting the idea, opting to accept his seemingly bleak fate. He reassures Bai Wu that a call to the police would suffice. Grateful for their past encounter involving the 7-star sword, Wong thanks Bai Wu one last time. But our determined hero won't hear of leaving his friend behind. Sneaking away may be a tricky maneuver, but Bai Wu has a trick up his sleeve. With a twinkle in his eye, he presents Wong with a check worth a whopping 60 million. Wong's spirit soars as he witnesses this unexpected turn of events. But time is of the essence. As the kidnappers draw near, the duo eavesdrops on their conversation, discovering their sinister intentions to kill Wong once and for all. Bai Wu springs into action, determined to save his friend Wong from the clutches of the kidnappers. With quick thinking, he hatches a clever plan as the nefarious captors enter the scene. As the chaos unfolds, Wong mysteriously disappears, leaving the kidnappers convinced that he managed to escape through the window. With the kidnappers momentarily fooled, Bai Wu and Wong cautiously navigate through the debris, their hearts pounding with adrenaline, desperate to remain hidden. In a stroke of genius, Bai Wu decides to seek the system's advice to make an informed decision about their next move. With a mix of curiosity and anticipation, he taps into the system, hoping for a guiding light amidst the darkness. The system's recommendation comes in, suggesting that the right path holds a higher chance of success. Wong, intrigued by Bai Wu's seemingly mystical abilities, pleads with him to share his special talents, particularly fortune-telling, which has always fascinated him. Bai Wu agrees, but only on the condition that they both make it out alive. As if their plight wasn't complicated enough, a henchman proposes kidnapping Old Man Che, further muddying the waters. However, a mysterious figure with a scar and a military uniform challenges this idea. believing that Bai Wu was merely a pawn in a sinister plot to ruin their business. For now, the gang decides to focus their attention on Bai Wu and Wang, deferring the matter of Old Man Che to their elder brother for future discussion. Meanwhile, amidst the heart-pounding uncertainty, Bai Wu meticulously evaluates the possible escape routes. Option A, the farthest route, boasts a 48% success rate, while Option B sits at 39%. Logic would dictate that they choose the route with the higher probability. But here's the catch. Bai Wu and Wang are utterly exhausted from their relentless pursuit, and the kidnappers' actions keep altering the probabilities, making it increasingly difficult to rely solely on numbers. Despite this, they courageously opt for the shorter path. Bai Wu leans in close to Wang, their breaths shallow, and shares a vital piece of information. He reveals that there's a door at the end of the impending corridor, but caution must prevail as the success rate dramatically increases as they approach it. A shiver runs down their spines as an uncanny silence envelops them, hinting at the possibility that they might have successfully eluded the kidnappers, causing them to abandon the chase. Hope fills their weary hearts, but as they inch closer to the door, their hopes come crashing down like a house of cards. In a heart-stopping twist, more cars screech to a halt, surrounding Bai Wu and Wang from all sides. Their escape seems to have been thwarted, leaving them trapped in a perilous predicament. The system, unfortunately, fails them this time, leaving them to face the daunting challenge head-on. In the heat of the moment, surrounded and with no way out, Bai Wu comes up with a crazy plan to fight their way to freedom. Cue epic fight music. As blows start flying from left to right, Wu and Wang unleash their impressive skills, taking down thug after thug, like watching a martial arts movie come to life. But just when they think they've got it under control, the leader steps out of his car, oozing confidence. Wu charges at him, but the leader casually dodges and retaliates with a powerful blow to WU's face. Ouch! Even Wang, who's been holding his own, goes down. The odds are stacked against them, but they can't afford to give up now. Wang, feeling exhausted and bruised, contemplates their situation. He doesn't have time to ponder the guy's cryptic words about ruining his plans. No, they need an escape plan. Pronto! The chances of getting out alive are a measly 33%, but hey, there's still hope, right? Meanwhile, sharp-eyed Wang notices the gears turning in WU's head. Wu knows they can't afford to waste time, so he musters all his strength to buy some time. Wang, fueled by his determination, pushes through the pain and gets back on his feet. You go, Wang. It dawns on Wu that Wang is the key to their escape. He's got an idea up his sleeve, a killer move that just might work. He eagerly instructs Wang to unleash it. And what does Wang do? He does the unexpected. He clings onto the guy's leg, begging for mercy. Hilarious, right? But wait, there's more. Wang swiftly throws the guy off balance and manages to knock him down. Victory! Well, not quite. Little did Wu know that anger can actually boost someone's strength temporarily. And guess what? The guy's getting angrier by the second. Uh-oh. But hey, if anger can make the bad guys stronger, can it do the same for Wang? The probability is about 78%. This just got even more intense. As if things couldn't get any worse, the guy coolly lights a cigarette and orders his goons to finish them off. It's a dire situation. But then, Wu decides it's time for a bombshell revelation. He spills the beans about the duo swords. They were real, and the odds of escape suddenly jump to almost 7%. Talk about a game changer. But Wu isn't done yet. He drops another bombshell, selling the duo sword for a whopping 60 million. Turns out, that flashy cash he showed Wang was from the sword deal. It's a shocking twist that leaves Wang seething with rage. And guess what? The likelihood of escape keeps on increasing with Wang's fury. Wang goes on a rampage, unleashing his pent-up anger on everyone around him. With each punch, their chances of escape skyrocket. Finally, Wang's ferocity reaches its peak as he demolishes the door behind them, clearing a path to freedom. It's a jaw-dropping moment that leaves even the thugs stunned. However, all that adrenaline-fueled heroism takes a toll on Wang, and he collapses, leaving Wu to struggle and carry him to safety. Phew. They manage to escape with their lives intact. But their adventure is far from over. Now they must uncover the origins of these mysterious people. And you know what? From this point forward, Wu sees Wang as his little brother. Oh. As for that guy from before, he's no doubt seething with anger, and Wu is certain they'll cross paths again. Bai Wu, talking to his friend lying in his hospital bed, drops a bombshell on Wang. Everything he said was part of an elaborate plan to escape. The dual sword was the only thing that was real, while everything else was a cunning fabrication. But before Wang can panic, Bai Wu reassures him that he won't break their promise and promises to give him 50% of the money for the sword. However, he also warns Wang that if he ever betrays him in the future, he's free to let him meet his doom. Talk about high stakes. Bai Wu goes on to vow that he will never lie to Wang again, but Wang isn't so quick to forget. He reminds Bai Wu of the sacred promise they made before. Intrigued, Bai Wu declares that Wang must become his apprentice and learn the art of fortune-telling. But he warns Wang that the journey won't be a walk in the park. Wang, however, is certain that together they will conquer the antique circle and leave all their worries behind. Except for his own recovery, of course. Curiosity piqued, Bai Wu probes Wang once more about the identity of his kidnappers. Wang confesses that he may have overlooked a crucial detail, his investigation into the forgery of the 7-star knife, which might be linked to the same group. To add to the mystery, the 9-dragon jar they encountered had a sneaky QR code, suggesting the involvement of the same nefarious organization. Wang boldly asserts that there's a whopping 100% probability of their culpability. Suddenly it dawns on Bai Wu that the level of deception involved indicates a long-standing history for the group they're up against. With 2 consecutive encounters with this shadowy organization, Bai Wu realizes he must be their prime target. They are likely the very same people Old Man Chung had warned him about. Bai Wu calculates the odds with precision. The likelihood of this happening stands at an astounding 100%, while he attributes himself 60% of the responsibility for Wang's kidnapping. Given his current strength, Bai Wu acknowledges the difficulty of taking on such a formidable group. Feeling remorseful, Wang apologizes for dragging Bai Wu into this mess, completely oblivious to the fact that it was Bai Wu who set the wheels in motion. Nevertheless, Bai Wu takes charge and implores Wang to allow him to handle the situation. The dynamic duo receives a call from none other than Old Man Che, who's been out of town but is already aware of the dire circumstances. Bai Wu wonders aloud if this all somehow connects to the enigmatic antique circle. Old Man Che issues a grave warning, emphasizing the gang's relentless determination and their unwillingness to let them go unscathed. Desperate for more information, Bai Wu presses for details about the group, only to discover that Old Man Che is privy to their significant background. Listening intently to Old Man Che's words, Bai Wu realizes the gravity of the situation. They are dealing with a truly dangerous adversary. Meanwhile, Wang, who has overheard the conversation, naively assumes that with Old Man Che on their side, their worries will dissipate. However, Bai Wu, now suspecting a deeper connection between Old Man Che and the gang, realizes that the situation is far more complicated than he initially anticipated. All Bai Wu ever wanted was to find happiness, and if he had known the chaotic events that would unfold, he would never have laid a finger on the cursed 9 dragons' vase. Unbeknownst to our heroes, a sinister military figure from the gang makes a chilling call to an accomplice, unveiling the depths of Old Man Che's influential network. As the gang becomes aware of the recent investigations, they understand that eliminating both Bai Wu and Wang is the only way to resolve the looming threat. The person on the other end of the call, a member of the gang, brims with excitement, eagerly anticipating the unfolding spectacle. The stage is set for a thrilling showdown between our intrepid heroes and the shadowy gang. With Wang finally out of the hospital, it's time to get back in the game. Now, it's time to hit the night market. Wang describes it as a place that comes alive at night and shuts down just before the break of dawn. Little do they know, they're being watched by a man who once spread rumors to tarnish Bai Wu and Wang's reputation, but it only cost him a mere 100,000. As Wang tries to interact with the market-goers, they respond with coldness and indifference. Bai Wu can't help but find it amusing, assuming it's because of Wang's notorious reputation. Following Wang's lead, they approach the man's stall, hoping to make a purchase. But to their surprise, the man refuses to sell them anything. It's clear that something fishy is going on, with the entire crowd turning hostile towards our dynamic duo. Bai Wu's instincts kick in, and they realize that their plan to gather information has been compromised. Bai Wu shot Wang a concerned look, urging him to escape from the chaotic scene. They were baffled by the sudden shift in people's attitudes towards them. After all, they had been frequenting this street for years without any problems, but now it seemed like the world had turned against them. Determined to unravel the mystery, they attempted to conceal their identities, although their attempts were far from flawless. Wang couldn't help but feel a pang of sadness at this sudden change, considering he had always treated others with kindness and respect. The idea of overnight enemies was both disheartening and bewildering. To gather more information and get to the bottom of the situation, they decided to go undercover, immersing themselves among the bustling market stalls. As they discreetly listened in on conversations, they stumbled upon a fascinating discussion among the sellers. One person revealed that Wang was known as a subordinate of Old Man Che, who had a deep fascination for the legendary Nine Dragons vase. However, acquiring the vase at a reasonable price seemed like an impossible feat. This cunning individual suggested a mischievous plan to tarnish the reputation of the seller by breaking the vase and spreading rumors of its inauthenticity. Wang struggled to contain his impulse to interfere in the conversation. It was evident to him that someone was deliberately spreading false rumors about them. Bai Wu suspected that the notorious gang might be behind this nefarious scheme. Their suspicions were confirmed by the system, amplifying their determination to find the truth. Bai Wu reassured Wang that the rumor wasn't specifically targeting them, but rather Old Man Che, a respected figure in the antique circle known for his unwavering resolve against baseless rumors. Nevertheless, the ripple effect of the rumor still threatened to taint their own reputations. Thankfully, Bai Wu devised a plan to counteract the damage before it spiraled further out of control. According to his astute calculations, a nobleman in the night market might be their savior. The challenge lay in identifying this mysterious ally. As Bai Wu turned around, he realized that Wang had gone missing. Unbeknownst to him, Wang had struck up a negotiation with a specific individual, eager to acquire a desired item, an original piece at a surprisingly reasonable price. Curious yet cautious, Bai Wu decided to trust Wang's judgment and allowed him to proceed with the purchase. Wang confidently offered the seller a generous sum of 5,000 for the item, which the seller happily accepted. Their relief was short-lived, for their troubles escalated when the person Wang had been negotiating with approached the seller with a warning. They accused Bai Wu and Wang of being untrustworthy, instantly tarnishing their credibility. The seller abruptly reneged on the deal, leaving our protagonists in a precarious predicament. In that moment, they couldn't help but wonder who this mysterious hater was and why they were actively working against them. Who is this mysterious stranger? Will Bai Wu and Wang get out of this predicament? Keep your eyes peeled for part 4. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome recaps like this.